Hi, my name is Beth Perrick, and I'm chairperson of the Thrive Project. I hope you're enjoying watching the Thrive shows on Channel 406. The mission of our Thrive Project is to capture moments of living here in the village. Our vision is to inspire quality of life in every chapter of our lives. If you're interested in participating and becoming a part of the Thrive Project, please check out channelthrive.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Cynthia Smith and I'd like to introduce you to Joey Sims, and she has really brought this comedy club up through the ranks, and it's a thriving club, which she's going to talk about today. And one of my first questions is, how did you get this all started? How did this all come about?
Well, I didn't actually start it. The club was formed in 1998 by a man named Izzy. And when I took over about 12 years ago, the president was named Jordan, and he wanted to retire. And so because I had done comedy in the past, and I was in show business for quite a while, I was able to get the comedians and make it professional, because prior to that, it was mostly get up on the stage, tell a joke, and then the guy would have to look out and say, Ethel, what's the punchline? You know, it just wasn't very
too
professional.
local.
Yeah. So anyway, Jordan gave me free rein, and I kept him on the board as an advisor, and I had a wonderful board, and we went from there. They call us the Comedy Club, but people don't pay dues. They buy admission tickets.
And then I know when I've gone, especially this last time, I mean, it's always so crowded and just people are clamoring to get in. And I remember we had ourselves positioned and everything, and we thought we really had this thing wired to get in, and everybody was still merging ahead of us, and people can't wait to get there. You can bring food, and you have to get there really early, right?
No liquor.
No liquor, right.
We have a bar.
Okay.
So they dine and wine and get all jazzed up like they're at the Macombo for an hour, and then they get to watch the show. And if they're not in line by about 5:45, they don't get in.
That's right, they're out of luck.
Yeah, because the line goes on forever.
Right.
People love it.
Yeah, it is great. So how do you find the comedians?
Well, I've done a little entertaining at the Improv and at the hotels and different places, and I have the wherewithal to go get them. And then I also have a close-knit group that give me mouth to mouth on what. I have to get unique comedians. It's not easy to get them booked, because I have to have them PG-13, and I want them to appeal to baby boomers and older folks.
Right.
And there aren't two. I can only find like maybe 1 out of 5 that don't do that. But if you're really funny, you don't need 4-letter words.
Right. Well, you said that the different groups laugh at different times for different reasons.
Yeah, that's a funny thing, that we have controlled laughter in the room, because over here we got the baby boomers. They're either faster or slower than the older people, and then we've got the older people who are very sophisticated. I love the audience. I've never had a better audience in my life.
Yeah.
And then we've got my church people. I'm active at Saddleback Church.
Right.
And they love it, and they come to not feel threatened, because there's nobody talking dirty.
Right, because you told somebody to cover their ears last time.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I did. It's a great show, and the people just love it. And I feel so good when I'm up there, because, entertainers feel love on stage.
And you perform. You always perform before it starts.
Yes.
Which is great.
And now to start the show off, besides being multi-talented, she told me to remind everyone, she is single, she cooks, she drives at night, she has a handicap parking sticker. Let's give a big welcome to the funny lady of Laguna Woods, your comedy club president, Joey Sims.
Remember that rainy evening I threw you out when nothing but a fly true coming your fault. You know I'm to blame. Ain't that a shame, the baby when you
of wanted to have my own nightclub. This is what it feels like, you know. But it is a great audience. They love me and I love them. It feels real good.
And that's how you thrive here then. You're just getting a lot out of it as well as giving a lot to the community. And what do you think this has done for Laguna Woods Village too? Like bringing this comedy club, and again, it's just grown tremendously. So.
Yeah, we fill it up now, and we have a fire law of about 500, maybe a little less. So we have to send people home. But, and I've got a great crew that works with me. Like it takes like 10 girls to set the tables, and then it takes 3 gals out in front, and we keep trying to figure out how to make it faster in the lobby. We can't let them in till 6 because we have to work with the techs and the sound people and all that. And I've always been a singer, so I love opening with that song. Bill Bailey's my theme song.
Except it was different last time.
I do A Good Man's Hard to Find, and I also do Shake, Rattle, and Roll. I want to have a couple glasses of wine and not worry about if I remember the words, so I stick with those.
We'll fill in for you, though.
Yeah. Oh, they clap and sing, and they have a great time. They really do. And I do too.
Yeah.
And then the comedians tell me it's their favorite place to go.
Right.
Now the next one is his name's Scott Wood, and he was referred to me from the upper room in Mission Viejo. It's Clean Comedians, and he's going to be great.
You guys are a lively bunch, man. Chinese takeout, I love it. I feel young tonight. You guys are awesome, man. Well, so great to be here, man. You guys look good, though. Everyone's good looking. Look at me. I look like John Elway and Gary Busey had a baby. Am I right? I love the seniors, though. You know, I love them. I love them. I do shows all over. They love me. I did a show at a nursing home. There wasn't a dry seat in the house. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Every seat smelled like pee-pee. I'm telling you right now. One guy laughed so hard he wet his wife's pants. It was nuts, people.
And after that, we got a ventriloquist comedian coming off the boats.
Oh, great.
So we're only closed at Thanksgiving, Christmas, and people, they don't even like us being closed then.
Right.
But,
So that's good. You're not dark during the summer then. It like goes on until the holidays.
Just the only reason is because the Clubhouse 5 is booked.
Right.
We can't go anywhere else. I think we started in 1. It started in, like I said, in 1998. I've been around 12 years. And then we went to 7. And now we've outgrown 5. Since people don't want to drive to Anaheim Stadium, we're just going to have to stay there.
Yeah.
And it's gotten big.
Wow, that is great.
It's fun. My most exciting thing is to get up on the stage when I say open the doors and watch them come in.
I know it. Everybody's climbing over each other trying to get to their seats or their tables.
Yeah.
It's
But
wonderful.
we've never had an incident. They're wonderful. And a lot of it is the crew is so professional. The 3 ladies out in front, the 2 big guys at the door, and all the
bouncers.
women inside. Yeah, we've got it handled. Everyone says we run a very fair ship. I've always been an entrepreneur. I've had my own businesses probably since I was 16. And running it professionally makes everybody really happy.
So
For
what-
cake and coffee and $5,
That's true.
You get a $100 show.
That's right. Exactly. What are you going to do too? Like if you keep growing and growing and growing? I mean,
Oh, there people are saying have 2 performances. It's too much work.
right.
And I also don't want to see we're nonprofit, so I don't try to spend the funds.
Right. So I wanted to ask you about that too. So you do make some charitable contributions.
Yeah, we've
right?
given probably 18,000 to Meals on Wheels, and I love that because they need the money and they do so much for the community.
They do.
We pay the comedian and we pay our techs and our bartenders. But have you seen the tables with the food?
Oh yeah, it's incredible. I mean, they just put all those plates out and they've got like platters.
It's like a family night.
It
And
is.
it's, we have a fast rule that no seats after 6:30. We don't play favorites, and it's a great show. I work hard for it, and I look forward to it.
Yeah.
But I really feel love when I'm up there.
Right.
That's great.
When did you notice that it's really started to take off? So basically, it started about 1998.
Well, that's
right?
I wasn't very active. I wasn't active then. It was a man named Izzy, and it was more like an old boys club where they got up and told dirty jokes.
Karaoke.
Yeah, it was goofy, and they'd be sit on the stage for 3 minutes telling a joke, maybe in a wheelchair, and then the guy would look out and say, Ethel, what was that punchline? Then we'd have to get a hook and take him off. It was very different then, very
Right.
different. And I didn't join until Jordan was ready to retire. And he still sits on our board and comes there all the time. And, you know, it's really good when you have somebody to be an advisor, and he was
Right.
to us now. But now he just sits in awe of how great it's all going.
Right. So that took off about when then? When do you think
I think after I had it for about 6 months, it started. We were averaging 280, 290, and then we were going 340, 360, and it just keeps building, you know. And we can't build it too much more because we're sending people home now.
You just do the flyers then, pretty much, or how do
The
you
flyers
get the word out?
is the savior in this
Right.
Laguna Woods.
So you need the flyers.
You gotta have the
Right,
flyers.
okay.
And people who don't have the flyers, people don't show up.
Right.
I stop at church every Sunday and at Clubhouse 5, and I pull every flyer I don't have and I put it on a thing, and all of us do the same. Okay, we're gonna go to this breakfast, we're gonna go to this dance, ba-boom, and in the trash, and we do the next one. Flyers are very important.
Yeah.
Not everybody here has, I think you'd be lucky if 9,000 people have computer and use it.
True.
So we've got to cater to everybody because the older people have as much right to know everything that's happening as the baby boomers do. So I like keeping it fair.
Right. And I think the only 3 places, or maybe there are more, that have flyers these days is really Clubhouse 1, I believe.
And 4,
Yes,
4.
and 1 and 4, and then 7, where the Bridge Club is. So only a few. But,
Yeah, I hope they don't take those away because
Right.
I really have noticed in the performing arts when they put on events, if they don't have flyers, it's not well advertised up
Right.
ahead.
We don't want to miss it.
No, we don't want to miss a
I know,
thing.
no, no.
This group, somebody told me the other day they think the gates are to keep the people who don't want to party out.
Right.
I think that's pretty good.
Well, I've never laughed so hard. I've had a blast every time I've gone. I've tried to get as many people as I could to come, and everybody's loved it. I have a friend who just moved here. She's with her 91-year-old mom, and she's been bringing her mom to. Her mom loves it too. I mean, everybody loves it. They really do, and it's every 4th Thursday,
And
and
the
you gotta
next-
get there early at
I would be there at about 5:45 when
There
the
you go.
doors open.
5:45.
Yeah.
So be there, be square, everybody. It's great. It's fabulous.
Thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much.
I'd like to introduce you to Mary Zolli. She just moved here pretty recently, and she's a retired English teacher. She's single, and she has some great stories about being single in the village, and also just want to know how you're thriving and what you're doing to be single, and also you have some ideas maybe for the single people out there. And I'm curious, so take it away, Mary.
Hi, Cynthia. Nice to be here. I've been in Laguna Woods for 1 year and 4 months. The day I moved in, I auditioned for a play, and I've been acting ever since.
Great.
Here in the woods and recently in San Juan Capistrano. Being in theater really lends itself to meeting people. The camaraderie you have backstage and at other events with those same people is really, really fun. Theater people tend to be really expressive, and I really like that.
Great.
So I've made a lot of friends, which I'm grateful for, both married and single. And I think one of the things I'm thinking about, which I'd like to ask other people about, is how much does the nice word would be grapevine, the rumor mill, how much does that operate, and how much do we want to pay attention to it? For instance, when I'm in a play with somebody and then somebody sees me with them at the pool or something, they just make these assumptions, and then they'll just sort of announce that I'm with so-and-so. And I'm like, no. No, we're just friends. And that is something I really love about the village, along with many other things. because I think this is paradise, basically.
Yeah, it certainly is.
I can't think of any better place that I'd like to be.
Right.
But I'm not looking for that place. I feel like I found it. So I'd say one of the things is that you sort of get used to people making assumptions, and then you just sort of straighten them out, and maybe that's the end of it.
Right.
But also, I'm not exactly sure if it's good to be partnering up with people in the village versus outside of the village.
Right.
And so that's one thing I kind of want to look at.
I feel it's kind of a closed and a small community where it's almost like living in a small town or something. then?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Right.
And, you know, so suppose you do start dating someone and then you stop dating someone,
Right.
and then you have to see that person again a lot.
Right.
How is that going to be, you know?
Right. Because it is a small community. in a way.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Even though 18,000 people, it's still kind of a small community.
Right.
Yeah.
Another thing I'd like to know is, are the single people having fun here? Like, I page through the globe and I don't see anything about a singles club. And I'm like, how can there be a club about everything else,
Right.
but not this? And so I kind of wonder, would it be good to have an organized club, or would it be better to just have fun events that people could come to?
Because a lot of people have created their own clubs. And so really I think that it seems to me, if you have an idea, you can create it, which is great.
Absolutely.
And so that creativity, I think, has helped the whole community thrive and people in it, because they're able to participate and also come up with some great creative ways to maybe have fun in a different way, or to collect different types of people. And so I think they're always ready for a new club.
Recently, I went to the Bocce and Social Club dance about 2 weeks ago. Now, I had it in my mind in January for one of my New Year's resolutions that I would join the ballroom dancing. But between all the acting stuff I've been doing, I haven't been able to.
Right.
So I go to the dance, and one of my friends invites me over to her table, which brings me to the subject of tables at these dances. I wonder how a person who's new to the village, could be married in a couple or single, feels about this table situation, because it kind of locks you into one group of 8 people. And if you don't feel like you know those people, or all the tables are taken up,
Right.
how could you feel welcomed? So I thought about, well, there's these events outside of the village, like SoCal Singles. And for instance, they'll meet at the Improv in Irvine for the comedy club. And there's this guy who will meet with people a half hour before. And he kind of gets them adjusted and kind of makes them feel comfortable so they can walk into that big room and perhaps be able to mingle.
Right. Kind of break the ice a little bit before you go in.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I was thinking that would be sort of cool if these social clubs had that sort of welcomer person, hostess of sorts, or a host. This one night when I went to the Bocce Club dance, one of the members was emceeing, and they were having a dance contest. Well, I really love to dance, but I walked up to him and I said, "Do you have to have a partner to dance in this contest?" And he said, "Yes." I was like, And then lo and behold, this guy comes out of Prince Charming's castle or something, and he takes my hand, and we do that kind of dancing where, you know, you have your arm around and then you switch, and it's kind of ballroom dancing, but faster. I'm not sure of the name. And somehow I did a whole dance with him because it turns out he is in ballroom dancing. And he knows how to do these little prompts with his hand, you know, that are just kind of gentle, but they kind of show you which way to go. And so we won the dance contest.
You're kidding.
I kid you not. And it was so fun.
That's great.
And it was kind of like being Cinderella at the ball, you
Right.
know? It like turned out to be a really, really positive experience.
Right.
And it's all built on risk taking, I think. You know, somebody being willing to approach someone. I also like to swim a lot, and recently I've noticed at Clubhouse 1 there are lots of people who seem to be single, as in they're not with anyone. They don't seem to be wearing left-handed rings. And nobody really talks to each other. Now, when I first got here and I went to the hot tub or I sat next to somebody, I talked to them and said, I'm new here, and asked questions to find out more. Now I notice I don't do that. And it sort of feels like there's this little code of silence or something.
Right.
And I'm just wondering, do those people want to talk to somebody and they feel nervous about it? I'm also doing online dating, which of course is the very current way to be single.
Right.
I could tell you a million stories about that. It is hilarious if you're willing to look at it that way.
Right.
Excuse my voice today. It's all this pollen. So, one guy said, you know, it's good that you emailed me first because in these days of sexual harassment, it's better for the woman to make the first move. And of course, you know, we came from this generation where you didn't do that.
Right. You
And
wait.
you wait.
To be asked.
Yes.
Right.
And so that's another question I'd like to ask the viewers is what is the new protocol about that? You know? So you know, like right now, one of these people came to my place and he sent his phone number. But now I'm just kind of like, am I gonna dial that phone number? I mean, I'm just kind of frozen. Like, does that seem like I'm too forward? And some people say, just do what you want to do. But I don't know.
So you're looking at something more, maybe a mixer of some sort, where you can kind of get together more in a casual setting and where people need to talk to each other, or you're there then to have some conversation, maybe before you go somewhere or do something.
I would kind of put the focus on fun and like doing some events. Like my favorite thing also is to go to the beach. It's one of the reasons I moved here. Love the beach. Since I've gotten involved in all these activities, I'm not even making it to the beach once a
Right.
week.
Right.
Now that's sad. I really want to change this going to the beach. And it's great to walk on the beach by yourself, but it's fun to go with people. I'd love to just extend the invitation of who wants to go to the beach.
And you know, they have that fun bus, which it goes to Aliso Viejo and it goes to the Spectrum. And, you know, if there were a fun bus that maybe went to the beach, say, every other week or something,
Absolutely.
or, I mean, once a month at
Absolutely.
least, but maybe every other week.
Yes.
And so we
You're-
want to get on the fun bus.
Yes,
Right.
you are on my wavelength.
Yeah, right. That would be fun.
It would.
Yeah, okay.
Do you want to go?
Sure. I love the beach. We're so close, too. It's like 15
know.
minutes.
I
There you are.
know.
Most beautiful beach in the world. I mean,
Yeah.
really, we live in the most beautiful place on planet Earth. I mean, we really do.
Could not
So,
ask for more.
Right?
Have you been to Aliso Creek much?
No, I haven't been there very much.
Because that's my favorite one. There's
Yeah.
this big rock outcropping that has these kind of turquoise and crystal rocks in it. And the waves and surfers go there. It's just
Nice.
really fun.
You could be the director and kind of organizer of this and have an itinerary for all of us and maybe get something going. Does that sound like something
I'd
you
love
might
to.
want to do?
I'd love
Lynn?
to. They have a snack
Yeah.
bar too that has fairly healthy stuff.
Okay, great. I think that'd be a great idea.
Yeah.
You know, I really do. And I know people start these clubs all the time. And I would love to see you do that. I really would. I think that there would be a following. I
Right.
really would. And then maybe all of you out there, if you are in tune with this too and would like to see something happen, maybe we can get a fun bus together. We know we have the fun bus going to various locations and everything, but you know, if we let the powers that be know that that's something we'd like to do, is maybe have a beach trip, say every other week, once a month, you know, to at the least, especially with the nice weather coming up. I think that's a great idea. And what do you guys think about that out there? Let us know.
Another place I like to go to is the pool. I mentioned that. And so what if we just, you know, said, whoever wants to come meet at pool 5 today, and
Right.
whatever. Like maybe we could do a Facebook page or something where we could announce stuff to do. But I can picture people with beach balls in the pool, you know, hitting them back and forth. Fun, having fun,
Yeah.
just like little kids.
That's
you
great.
know?
Yeah, set up a certain day or a certain time where you know
Exactly.
that those people are going to be gathering, and then it can go in the Globe, because our Globe is wonderful too. I mean, the
Exactly.
Globe does
Read
you
it
know,
every
people-
week.
Right, people do. They comment, circle things, and that's what they
Right.
plan their whole week by.
Like I said, I like to dance. So, like, if I heard there was a really good band that's going to be at such and such place, I go, you know, we should all converge at Sammy's tonight
Right.
because really good band. There's also village people that do karaoke over there on Sunday nights. So that's a good source, and I'm sure there's others.
Right.
One thing that I think can happen is that when people don't feel as maybe extroverted or, you know, positive or feel like taking a risk, what if people are sitting home with their TV and they just need somebody to go, come on,
Right.
you know? I think that would be really good for us to look out at the other people. And then also I think about the new people that are moving into the village, you
Right.
know, especially ones that are, you know, 55 to 65, for instance, and maybe they're looking to add another layer of fun. Maybe some events don't seem as fun as they could be.
Right.
You know, I often think about, instead of a band, if we had a DJ that played even more current music.
Really danceable too.
Yes,
Right. Get
yes.
people up and dancing.
Yes.
Right.
I love to get people up and
Yeah,
dancing. That's
yeah.
one of my favorite things to do.
That's great. Well,
Because
I-
people feel so much better afterwards.
That's
and it's
true.
good for us
It
to
is.
move around.
It's true.
You know?
Right.
I feel so much better after an hour of dancing. I can
Mm-hmm.
I totally feel like relaxed.
Some of the dances too, people just get up and they just start dancing and then mingling on the floor, and it's a lot of fun.
That is a cool thing about the dances, is that there always is a cadre of people, and sometimes it's often just 6 women together. You don't always have to have somebody from the opposite sex to go with you to a dance. You will meet other women, and you know, exponentially we will all meet more people. I'm ready to meet as many people as I can.
I wanted to ask everyone out there too, if you have a good idea or would like to maybe see if you can gather other people together, and then I'm sure that you would be interested, maybe put something in the Globe, because we have a lot of letters to the editor. People put their phone number, they go ahead and express an interest, and they asked if people would like to gather, to get together, and maybe that's a venue, you know, that we can use, or a way is to connect through the Globe and see if maybe get some of these good ideas started. So, you know, next time you have a chance, you might want to just go ahead and put something in the Globe, and we can all get together and see what we can come up with.
Exactly.
A lot of good ideas out there.
And look
So-
at these barbecues that we
Right.
have sitting here.
That's true.
Why don't we use those some
I
night?
know. Beautiful grounds.
You
We live in
know?
a beautiful place.
Yeah.
You know it. Yep. So thank you so much for coming.
You're
I really
welcome.
appreciate it, Mary. It's nice to meet you.
Great to
I'm
meet
glad
you.
you're part of the community. I think this is a fabulous place to live. I can't think of anything better.
Me either.
So, yeah, it's terrific.